Slayer! Hi, I'm Tom, and to celebrate the new Eldar, whatever you want to call it, recent release, I kitbashed a unique model from a 1999 Eldar Codex. That's literally last century now. That model was Nuadhu Fireheart from the Saim Hann craft world. What's weird about it is that Games Workshop released rules for it, but never released a model. But I always wanted to make him when I was a child, last century. So even though there's no rules for him in the new codex, there's not even a mounted Autarch anymore, I still will be using him as the leader of my Saim Hann craft world, which I'll be making this year, as well as my Sisters of Battle army. So what do you guys think I should run him as? A Shining Spear Squad? A Farseer Skyrunner? Let me know in the comments below. So in this video, I'll show you how I painted it in the scheme of Saim Hann. So please like and subscribe, and if you like Eldar, please check out my other videos. A few years ago, I painted an entire Ayanden Wraith host with 8 wraithknights in. I've done loads of other Eldar videos as well, and there'll be more to come. In my last video, I showed you how I kitbashed Fireheart from scratch using an Eldar Vyper as the base. Check that out after this video if you haven't seen it yet. I tried to match him to the very limited amount of artwork in the codex, and I think I achieved it. Boobity bobbity boo. After all the glue and green stuff had dried, I gave the entire model a prime of black. I then moved on to the red armour, by using these 3 colours: Mephiston Red, Evil Sunz Scarlet and Wild Rider Red. I also decided to paint the canopy glass black too. So after the primer, I'll be adding some highlights in white. I'm aiming for the raised panels and leaving some black in the shallow or recessed areas. The reason I'm doing this is that any area that will be white will appear more vibrant after the reds have been applied, and the dark recessed areas will be a darker shade of red. I'm aiming the white around the edges of the panels and on the raised surfaces. Something like that. And for Fireheart, I'm spraying the white as a zenithal from above. So the first colour is Mephiston Red. I thinned it down with airbrush thinner. And this is the consistency you want. Sort of whole milk or single cream in thickness. Anything more and it'll clog the airbrush. Now let's do a test over some white on my gloves. I applied a thin coat all over the armour panels and Fireheart's armour too. I let it dry thoroughly and then applied a second coat. It's mesmerising seeing this transform. It's like magic. So here you can see the dark recess is clearly shaded and the upper panels are lighter. That's exactly what we want. So after 2 thin coats, this is the result. Nice and smooth. Next is Evil Sunz Scarlet. Again, I'm aiming this in the uppermost raised panels, down the centre and around the edges of the armour. On Fireheart, it's in his chest and upper panels that I'm aiming for. And again, this was thinned so that I could add 2 coats. So directly at the top and in a straight line down to the front of the armour. A little tip, rest it on your finger. The next stage is quite interesting because I almost messed up the entire paint job, and I'm showing you guys as it's a learning opportunity. Don't panic, it can be undone. This is modelling masking tape that I bought a few years ago and I only used a few times with no issues. I'm using this to paint on straight black lines that are on the Saim Hann vehicles. I wish now that I had done this freehand. To get the tape lined up correctly, I marked a centre point on the chassis and drew a line out from this to either side. The front panel will have an arrowhead shape on it. The problem I had with the tape was that I hadn't used it for years and something had happened to the adhesive on the tape. It had become very tacky and messy and I hadn't noticed until after I used it. Epic fail. So I lined up the tape from the centre point to mark on the edges. I used the same black primer that I used and I painted over the masked areas. It's possible that this will bleed under the tape and into the red. Maybe that's even more of an argument as to why I should have done it freehand. I also used my airbrush to dry the paint, and I think this sort of pushed the paint under the tape. And here you can see the sticky residue that the tape has left behind. So it even removed some of the red and the primer. To quote Darth Vader, "No." So what I did next was not panic and try to find a solution. If all else failed, I could just strip the model and paint it again. The solution was I made sure my hands were clean, I wet them with water, and then I gently rubbed the surface to remove the glue, and thankfully it worked. Well, lesson learned, don't use old tape. The next thing I did was neaten up the edges of the black strips with Evil Sun Scarlet, and then painted the canopy black too. Then onto transfers. This cosmic serpent is the symbol of this craftwork. I want one of these on the front of the vehicle and then some smaller ones on the wings. To apply these, just cut them out and soak them into warm water until they separate from the backing paper. Then use a wet paintbrush to fish them out of the water and apply them to the model. After the transfers had dried, I sprayed the entire model with matte varnish. The biggest challenge of this paint job is that the concept art is in black and white, so I don't actually know what hair colour he has, or the shade of skin either. I decided to use a pale flesh colour, so I used Kislev flesh, and then washed it with Reikland flesh shade. I then applied a Yandin yellow contrast to the hair, but I decided later on that I hated it. So the next step after this was to wash the model. I'm using oil paint to make a wash. You apply a blob of oil paint into a glass jar, add some white spirits or mineral spirits, and swirl it around with a gammy old paintbrush. The reason I'm using this is that it sort of seeks out recesses. It's got low surface tension. Here you can see this is exactly why I'm using it. The Games Workshop washers, if you apply them over this model, will stain all of the red. We don't want that. I want this to go into all the recesses and I can remove what I don't want. So I applied it all over the models and here you can see it's just seeking out all these recesses and panels and lines. Mesmerizing. So I let that dry and then I used some plain white spirits, no oil paint in, to neaten up the panels. So I'm trying to leave the oil in the recesses and just cleaning the tops of the panels. And here I was trying to do like a streaking pattern to show that there's weathering on the Vyper from it, in a battlefield, and I think I removed too much. I could always add this later on if I decide to. And in my Yandin army, what I've been doing is every time I use a model and it's injured in the battle, I weather it more. I put more battle damage on it. Kind of cool, and also memories for me every time I use it. So I use these cotton buds or Q-tips to remove the surface oil as well. And I'm being very gentle here. I don't want to rub it too hard because it may peel up some of the paint. And this is it after it's dried. Looking pretty good. So next step, Mephiston red. So this is where I started doing edge highlighting. So I went through all 3 of the reds and did some edge highlighting all over the armor panels. The reason we're doing this is it makes the armor panels pop. And here you can see on Fireheart the oil has sought out of all the recesses. And then what I've done is I've used the Evil Sun Scarlet and highlighted all the panels. The same on here, I've edge highlighted all of the panels using Evil Sun Scarlet, every single edge, and then onto Wild Rider Red. So instead of sort of painting all panels, I'm just doing an edge highlight around the edges of them. And only in choice areas. So like here on the 6-pack thing is just in the centre bit. And this has been watered down with water. You can see here I've got green gems. I was experimenting while painting on what I wanted it to look like. So Wild Rider Red all over in edge highlights. That's it after it's dry. Really makes the armor pop. And here you go, so I hated the flesh and the hair, so I painted it Rakar flesh, and the face has got a wash over it, and the hair was washed in Agrax Earthshade. So what I want to do now is highlight all the black areas. So I mixed grey and black together to get a dark grey, and then edge highlighted every bit of the black. And because I'm using all of the same colours to mix it, if I don't like it, I can just paint over it in black again. And any mistakes there have gone over the edge, I can just sort out with the reds. So I'm edge highlighting all of the black to make it pop, give it a bit of depth. I then used the light grey to highlight the canopy in the corners. And then what I'm going to do over the top of it is wash it with a Norn oil, and it will dull down the grey. And here I've redone the face and hair with Rakar flesh, and then highlighted the flesh back up, and then I used Agrax Earthshade in the hair. So I think in the lore, the Wild Riders drink blood before battle, so they're basically vampires. And then for the gems, so I painted them Wild Rider red and then highlighted 3/4 of it with white in like a yin-yang shape. Let that dry, and then I went over it with a Yandin yellow, 2 coats, and I painted it all over the orange bit as well, or the Wild Rider red as well. And the reason I've gone with orangey fire gems is because of Fireheart. So I'm assuming from the lore, he has a fire gem in his chest. So let these dry, and then I do a little white highlight in the top corner. And that's the model finished. So let me know what you think of it in the comments. What should I run it as? I'm not sure myself. And if you want to support me further, I have affiliate links in the description below. And I also have a Patreon. I also have a Patreon where I show you behind the scenes, and you can also access my Discord server. And thank you to my current Patreon supporters. You're absolute legends. Hail to you all, champions.